In this lecture, we will go over how to download and install Anaconda for Python programming for this class. If you have access to the internet, open a Google search and search for Anaconda Python. Most of the time, the very first link that we will see would be anaconda.com download. Anaconda.com is the correct URL to the Continuum company that is responsible for distributing an open source version with a lot of data science tool already integrated for Python. So click on this link. Again, it is worldwideweb.anaconda.com/download. Anaconda distribution has a variety of versions for Windows, Mac, and Linux. In this video, we will go through the instructions how to download the version for Windows. So we are going to download the latest version, Anaconda 2018.12 for Windows installer. Most of the time, the current Windows version is 64-bit, so you should be downloading this one, 64-bit graphical installer. So go ahead and click on the link and save the file. You can save it to a location that is appropriate for you. This is optional whether you want to access the Anaconda cheat sheet or not. I already have one, so I am not going to fill out these informations. The download should be completed. It should be noted that the file is relatively large. It is 614 megabytes. So depending on your internet connections, it might take longer for you to download this. Click on Open File. The setup window is going to show up. License agreement. Click I agree. Installation type, you can install for just you or for everyone. If you are using a company laptop, you might have to use the Just Me options. So in Just Me option, it is going to install Anaconda into a local folder. You can see here it is C user lingbingo Anaconda 3, and on your laptop, this will be your corresponding username. So click Next. Destination folder contains 2 spaces. This can cause problem with several content packages. Please consider removing the spaces. For Windows, really, unless you are creating a new user account, there's not a lot of things we can do about it. So let's go ahead and set this up, and we will worry about this later. Another options then is you still writing. If you have if you have a locations that you have access to, for example, I can write to my workspace D drive on my computer. This location does not require administrative access, and I can write to that. So I can replace and write it to D Anaconda 3. Let's go ahead and click Next. Do I want to add Anaconda to my path environment variable? Let's not do that. I want to register Anaconda as my default Python 3.7. Yes. And we'll go ahead and click Install. It will take some time for this process to happen. I'm going to pause the video recording, and we're going to come back when the process is finished. So we are back after about 10 minutes. The installation is complete. Let's click Next. We don't need to install Microsoft VS Code. If you pursue your programming skill further, you might eventually need it. But for the scope of this class, we'll go ahead and skip this part. We don't need to learn more about Anaconda Cloud. I'll show you how to get started with Anaconda. Go ahead and click Finish. So with this, When you click on the lower left corner of your Windows machines and look for Anaconda, in this case, the icon could appear here, or if after a while the icons go away, you can click on one of the highlight, click on letter A, and go to Anaconda 364-bit, click on Anaconda Navigator. Depending on whether you want to share your local application data or not, you can check. I'm go ahead and share it. So this is Anaconda. As we go through and we start using Python, we're going to see some of this icon, but most notably, we are going to use what is called the Jupyter Notebook. And as we go on, I will also show you how Python allows you to set up different programming environments so that you can have separate set of library support for separate project. And let's go ahead and test this. If you click Launch on Jupyter Notebook, a browser will open. Jupyter Notebook is an interface of Anaconda and Python. It is an open source project which allows you to interact with Python via a browser or via a web browser. Depending on what you use and what you have on the computer, you can have it launched within Firefox, Microsoft Edge, or Google Chrome. I have had good success with either Google Chrome and Firefox. For Microsoft Edge, sometimes I have issue with copy and paste the code content in the browser. So in this case, I'm going to go with Firefox. So you can see how we have a local browser. Let's go ahead and just do a very simple test. If you click on New, click on Python 3, that will take you to a Python notebooks. And let's type something. Let's type print hello world, and then click Run. And this concludes this lecture and showing that you have successfully installed Anaconda and Python, and it is working as intended.